am Scott. We're going to go over the setup of the number 2 mil forming raft. Okay, we need the same tools to set it up that we needed to take it apart, but you also need a setup chart or rollcraft print, and you need a copy of your schedule 19, so that you can tell what the gauge of the steel that you're going to run first is, and you can gap your rolls accordingly. Okay, this is a simple setup chart from Rollcraft. They're the manufacturer of the rolls. Tells you what each position, what they should be in and what we should use. And you want to put in your bottom shim on your inboard stand. Slide it right in, make sure it's down against it. I'm going to get my spacers. These happen to be already here because they're the same ones I took off. So it tells us a length of spacer. So we want a 2.5 inch spacer, 2.500 on our number 1 stand. This is our number 1 stand. So we're going to use a 2.5 spacer, so we want to make sure that these are 2.500 written on there. On the top and the bottom, 2.500. Okay, then you'll install your rolls. RB1T2. RB1T2. RB1B2. RB1B2. The other side, 2.5 inch spacers on the other side also. So you're looking for 2.5, 2.5. Your outside shim. Insert the bar, pry it up. Place your outboard stand in front of the shafts. Install your retaining clips. Tighten them up hand tight. Next thing we can do is install the side pass rolls. In this situation, it says we need a 1-2 because it's between the first and the second driven stand. Right here it says on the setup chart 1-2. So we're going to install those. Put 2 thrust washers with a thrust bearing in the middle on top of each roll. Thrust washers and thrust bearings. Close the retainer and tighten up the nut by hand. Okay. Now you can tighten up your bottom bolts. Now you can go ahead and gap. Make sure before you move that down, both shafts are locked together with the coupler. Looking at our Schedule 19, this is 1.125. That the first steel we're going to run is 55 thousandths thick, or 0.055. So we're going to use our feeler gauge and get 55 thousandths. I'm going to run this down. On the forming end, you want to gap the rolls right in between the rolls. As soon as that touches a little bit, pull that out. Finish gap it by hand. You want that to go in and out with just a little bit of drag, but you want it tight with just a little bit of drag. You should be able to move it in and out. So that's properly gapped. We're going to gap the side pass rolls. We'll go to our setup chart. It tells us we need a 1.750 gap there. So we'll use our gauge block set. Get a 1 inch, a 500, and a 250. Put them together. Just like that. Gap them between the bottom roll, between the bottom of the roll. Last thing you're going to do is make sure your outside retaining nuts are tight. Done. Boom.